there, my name is Steve Gearhart, and as always, this is the Unagi Observer. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching the video this week. Originally, I was going to do a little cyberpunk talk, and in preparation for the number of cyberpunk anime and live action movies I was going to review this season, but as we all know, on this past Saturday, a trailer dropped for Netflix, and it is the new Gundam anime. It is Gundam Requiem for Vengeance. It's totally CGI, so there is that, and parts of it looks good, part of it not so great, but we'll see how it pans out in the end, right? There's a lot of action in this trailer. It shows an airdrop of Zaku on Federation positions. That's focused on a particular unit, the Red Wolf Brigade, I believe they're called, and the people that operate in this unit. And towards the end of the trailer, of course, you have the reveal of the Gundam, and the Zeon pilots are like, what is that? That looks a little crazy. And so, there we go. There's the trailer. Now, like I said, this is CGI, so CGI is still working its kinks out, so maybe some of this will look really good, and some of it might not look so great, but we'll see what the overall package looks like, right? For those of you who know your Gundam, this has definitely a MS-08 feel to it from the Zeon point of view. So instead of having the Fedi point of view, we're going to have the Zeon point of view. This is a unit to them. This is the particular front that they're fighting in. I'm not sure where it is at this point. I'm not sure if it's Odessa or not. But they are, we're focusing on these people. And the people who do Gundam do a really good job on one thing, which is to explain that there are all sides in a war, and there's not necessarily a good versus bad. There's just two sides that are combatants, and everybody has their own feelings about these wars. They have their own agendas, their own conflicts, their own reasons why they're there. And Gundam as a franchise does a really good job of making you care about various characters from any side of this particular awful war. Tomino, of course, uses his 2x4 and smacks us in the face and telling us that war is bad and war is awful. And this series looks to be no different. I think it's a series. And so, we're going to get Gundam. Whatever it looks like, it's Gundam, all right? And so I'm looking forward to it. I would do a great request of some of my fellow amateur reviewers and those who are professional reviewers. Can we please not be lazy and go to the Reddit holes and see what the fanboys are saying, and then just simply regurgitating what the fanboys are saying? Because more often than not, before an anime or an animation or something comes out, the fanboys kind of say their own thing and say, how they feel about it. I am sure there's going to be some people who are going to be down on this, and some people are going to be really good about this, but unfortunately, over the past few years, it seems that reviewers have gotten lazy and have decided to just simply say, what did the fanboys say? Oh, they don't like it? Okay, I don't like it then. So can we please not do that and let this Gundam anime sink or swim on its own merits? Please, and thank you. I am ever hopeful. Netflix does have a 50-50 kind of record with these kinds of things. Sometimes they're really good, and sometimes they're really, really bad. Yes, I'm looking at you at the Death Note Netflix, which was horrible. But this doesn't look bad on that level at all. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So when we get this in fall 2024, we'll be able to talk about it a little bit more, and I'm sure there'll be some really interesting conversations about this. But let's not judge it just yet on this trailer. I think the trailer is interesting. Again, like some people who are a little worried about CGI, I don't think the technology is quite there just yet, but it's getting there. So this is just another step. So let's just keep that in mind. So yeah, Gundam Requiem for Vengeance, the war told from the side of the Zeons, where the apocalyptic Gundam comes out of the fire and we all go, ooh. So yes, let's look forward to that. So we have a happy problem of sorts. We have a lot of anime out there to watch, and it can be overwhelming sometimes. I was at my video store actually the other night, and looking for movies, and I came across the animation section, and they put in all the animation in there, not just anime, but different stuff in there as well. And sometimes when you're looking for anime and there's so much out there, you just kind of go, I don't know, and your brain kind of melts a little bit, and there's like the little guy with the on-off switch in the back of your head, just because I can't, and it just switches off, and you just kind of, you're staring at the shells of all the anime, and you're drooling a little bit, and you're just like, I don't know what to do. And you know that if you were to go home on Crunchyroll, on the laptop on Crunchyroll, and then, or High Dive, or whatever streaming service you use, you're probably going to do the same thing, where you're going to spend 20 minutes as if you were on Netflix going, what do I watch? How can I watch anything? I don't know. So it's just kind of, I just had this little bit of a problem the other night trying to figure out what I wanted to watch. There's so many anime out there right now. It's a happy problem. Back in the day, we didn't have this problem. We watched what we could literally get. Brent and I have talked about it on the channel before, where we're from a generation of watchers of Otaku, where you had to be satisfied with what you could find. And so, if you wanted to watch Dragon Ball Z before, Adult Swim or Toonami came around, and you wanted to get it from Suncoast or rent it from your video store, sometimes you would not have all the episodes. Like, if you were lucky, you might get episodes 6, 7, and 8, and have to wait 3 months for the first 3 episodes to watch. So you had to get what you had to watch what you could get. So now it's kind of like in the opposite direction, where it's an overload almost. And you sit there and you just go, what am I going to do? What do I watch? How do I do this? And it's, you have to, do you go back on your standards of your own standards, like what you normally like to watch? Like for me, I like a lot of mecha stuff and things like that. I like Satoshi Kon kind of things. I like cerebral stuff. I like cyberpunk, things like that. Or do I want to try something different? Do I want to go idle? Not really. Isekai, kind of bored with that. And so what do you do? Where do you go? What do you say? What do you do? So sometimes you just kind of have to boom and do the thing. And I kind of did that the other night, and I came with Record of Lodoss War. I'm not going to do a review, but I just wanted to make the point that I just arbitrarily chose this because it was so different from anything else that I have been watching lately. It's a pure fantasy anime, which I haven't really watched a lot of lately. So I was just like, this is different, so I'm going to take it. Whoop, there we go. And then I looked down and I saw there was a Dragonlance animated movie, which I had heard that was horrible. And I went ahead and got it because why not? Because, hey, it's an experience, right? So, and that's the other part of this, is that with all these choices, you can broaden your experiences to see what you like and what you don't like, what does it for you and what makes you go, nah, no, thank you. So it's wonderful to have these choices, but it can be a little bit overwhelming. So, don't feel bad if you're spending like 25 minutes on Crunchyroll or a High Dive or Netflix and just like going, what do I want to watch? Do I watch something that I've seen before? Do I want something new? I don't know. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there to you all to say that, yeah, it's a happy problem to have that, we're forced to make these choices among so many titles as opposed to so little titles. All right, so that's going to be it for this week. Next week, we're going to talk about Cyberpunk, I swear. And so you guys be good, be healthy, love you guys, and see you next time.